top 10 Zetas for the month of March 2019. I want to thank everyone that liked last month's video. It was one of my most liked videos. Had a lot of fun making it. But a lot of people said in that video that I've already got Zetas on these characters. So what I'm doing a little differently from this month is I've excluded all legendary, hero's journey, or raid characters from the list. So it's going to be a little bit different. And as I was going over the list a couple times, I'm finding a lot of them are really useful inside of Grand Arena or Territory Wars. Because let's just start with Bosque right here. You could throw the Zeta on Bosque's leadership ability, and voila! You've got an entire team that just magically works for one Zeta. And that was the main reason why I really didn't like the General Grievous rework with Droidica and all that and the whole separatist droids. It just took too many Zetas, where on Bosque you could put this one Zeta right here. It says whenever an enemy suffers a debuff or resists, all bounty hunters allies recover 5% health and protection. That is amazing on defense inside of Grand Arena or Territory Wars. Now, I think this one is probably in the obvious category, and a lot of people probably already have this one done. But I want to double down and say why this one is so good is also because Houndstooth, along with Han's Millennium Falcon, those two are the best two ships in the game without a doubt. And Houndstooth, I'm just going to say it's the best standalone ship because it works on every team, where Millennium Falcon really requires a specific team. And that Zeta absolutely helps the entire power level of the ship. And so just by putting the Zeta, probably both Zetas on Bosque, is going to help you quite a bit in ships. Now, my mods are in disarray, so don't look at my mods on this because I've been resorting them and salvaging them, scrapping them. So my mods are a mess right now on this account. This is my test account. Okay, number 2. Same thing. Kylo Ren unmasked. Oh boy, one single Zeta on his leadership right here makes an entire faction come to life and on defense. Again, Grand Arena, Territory Wars, this is magical right here. Critical damage up, speed up, turn meter gain, and this last part, First Order ally gains a status effect. They recover 5% health protection. Sustainability, holding on defense is the name of the game, and that is amazing. And his ship is also very good, and so the ship receives all that extra power from getting the Zeta. So that's very good also. Kylo Ren mask. And this is just kind of a theme that we're going to go for most of this list. A lot of them are going to be leadership abilities. Next one is Asajj. Now, I'm going to suggest she has 2, and both of them are good. And most people do both. But I want to say the unique is probably the more popular and the most necessary of the two because she gets the turn meter gain when an enemy is defeated or an ally is defeated. So that's going to happen when Night Sister Zombie dies. That is a really good deal. 5% offense, critical chance. Whenever an ally or enemy is defeated, she gains 5% max health into the end of the counter. So whether you're using Talzin lead, really this Zeta makes the team a lot better. So a lot of people will do Talzin lead and then Asajj unique, or you can go Asajj lead as well. Your choice. An amazing, very efficient, quality Zeta had to make the list. Next, we have to talk about Wampa. And we're going to talk about Wampa's unique ability, Cornered Beast, where he gets 10% counter chance, 5% health steal, 5% offense for each damage over time effect on each enemy. And I just want to say Wampa is really good, especially against rebels, because 100% offense against rebel targets on the basic attack. And that's why this counter attack is so important. You can chew through an entire Phoenix team with just Wampa. It's a good thing. It's a lot of fun. Very efficient, very useful Zeta. Next, we have to talk about Hermit Yoda. And Hermit Yoda is mostly very good in the raids. But there's a lot of uses in Territory Wars, with Nest and things like that. A lot of funny shenanigans you can pull. Thing about Hermit Yoda I like is sometimes you can get multiple uses out of him inside of the raids. Haha. But his strength flows from the Force, Reduces the cooldown by one. All allies recover 20% protection, and most importantly, Jedi allies gain foresight for 2 turns. Pretty much just a must-have Zeta if you're going to use Hermit Yoda in any capacity. Highly recommend that one there. Again, highly efficient leadership Zetas. Bastila. If you don't have Revan, or if you want to create a second Jedi team, I currently have 2 Jedi teams that I really like. Leadership on Bastila is just a no-brainer. 1-turn taunt on Jedi tank allies is very useful with General Kenobi, Old Ben, started the encounter. But it really comes down to add 150% tenacity with protection up, because while they have that protection up, they have more tenacity and deal more damage. It's a big deal. That's a really good Zeta. Get a lot of use out of that myself personally. Even though Revan is a stronger leader, Bastila lead, I will take Bastila out of my Revan team and just do a Bastila lead. I'll run 2 Jedi leads. Big fan. Next, we have to talk about Vandor Chewbacca. And I don't know if people really know about this one right here, but there is a really nasty scoundrel team with Kira lead, Vandor Chewbacca with L3 and Zalbar and Nast, let's say. A really nasty team. There's a link up here if you want to watch a video about that. But it makes this Night Sister scoundrels, basically. When another light side scoundrel ally is defeated, revive that ally with 60% health. If Chewbacca is prepared, then Chewbacca is no longer prepared. Take a look at that video up there in the corner. Really nasty team. Unless you have like Annihilate with Nihilus, it can be very challenging to get around that team. Just because of all the revive mechanics, and it's really hard to get to the Vandor Chewbacca because of L3 and Zalbar constantly taunting, and then just having Nest in there creates a mess for a whole bunch of other teams. Highly recommend that Zeta. It's kind of a whale team, if you will, but I think it's become a lot more popular. And then next we have to talk about General Veers and his unique ability, and this is almost like a miniature leadership ability on Imperial. And I know that sometimes I'll use Veer as lead, but sometimes on offense I will use Thrawn as lead. But recover 10% protection whenever an enemy is defeated, that's not the important part. 20% offense up chance, that's not the important, right? Here it is right here. 60% turn meter gain chance. I gotta tell you, General Veers along with Short Trooper, woo, that's a hard counter to Night Sisters. There's a lot of teams when you start getting in Range Trooper and using General Veers. Oh, there's a lot of teams that on offense Imperial Troopers can be beat, and it's all fueled by the Zeta on General Veers unique. We're gonna go old school on this one right here. Love it or hate it, Zeta Baris changed the game forever. During a time when, we had like the Danger Zone, Wedge and Biggs, and Rebels just crit, 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 crit. She is the ultimate anti-crit. Under General Kenobi lead, it's really just ugly. Whenever an ally is critically hit, they recover 20% of their max health. Oh, boy. A very efficient Zeta. I think you have to just have this Zeta and use it because it makes for a strong defense, and you have to be able to work around it. You had to be prepared to take on Zeta Baris, without a doubt. All right, next on the list is we're just kind of going obscure at this point. We're just going to round up this list. Largely, this unique ability is not as important as it once was because of the unique ability on Traya. But this is kind of like the old school Traya. And if you're going to have a second Sith team, let's say you have your Traya team all set up, ready to go, and then you're going to have a secondary team of Maul. This is a very important. Whenever Asajj takes damage, he gains offense up, defense up, heal over time for 2 turns, he gains 30% turn meter. At the end of his turn, Asajj dispels all debuffs on a random other Sith ally and gains those debuffs for 1 turn. Dispel all debuffs from Asajj whenever he is critically hit. He's just going to take all the debuffs and bring them to him and then clear them away. And that is a very good alternative to Traya. Now, I just want to say that, of course, Traya, CLS, Commander Luke, Jedi Training Rey, Revan, so on, Raid Han, so on. Zetas on those characters are important. And I wouldn't say that I feel that most players should focus all of their Zetas on whatever team they're using in the arena. And whether that is right now Jedi Knight Revan, man, you need to put 3 Zetas on that guy and 1 on Jolie. And if you're running a team that can get any kind of benefit out of even adding a somewhat inefficient Zeta, I would say go ahead and do it if it's in your arena team. If it helps you hold a little bit overnight, that's just going to be more crystals for now, and you're going to hold better in your defensive in your squad arena. So typically for myself, I will only put Zetas on my squad arena team because today's squad arena team is going to be tomorrow's very good Grand Arena Territory Wars team. All right, well now it's time for the giveaway. I really hope you liked this video today, because if you did, you are in luck. For every single person that likes this video, you will be getting for free in your account an 8-star not Yoda.
This is not a scam.
Yeah, this guy's eyes freak me out, man. I've been playing Knights of the Old Republic. There's a link up here to the playlist. And this guy is not Yoda. And his eyes really freak me out. So I just call him the anti-Yoda or the not Yoda. All right, guys. Thanks for watching and keep on gaming.